Welcome back to the channel. I bought a production van. I am so tired of pulling gear in and out of an SUV. I knew it was time to get one. It's a 2020. You know what? Why don't we just go take a look at it? So I went with a 2021 Ram ProMaster 2500. This one is what I was thinking of as gonna be a good size for me. It's gonna cover that height clearance. I'm about 6'1", 6'2". And so this one I felt was gonna be the best. Add a little bit of a floor, skin the whole thing out, and make it look great. It's a little hot in here today because it's 90 something degrees here in Colorado. So I'm excited to get the insulation put in this thing, and there's a lot we're gonna do in this video series. So again, excited that this thing came with a rubber mat. I don't have to spend an extra $500 on that. Put a subfloor below it, put the mat on top, carts are gonna roll across real nice. Let's check out the rest of this van. Another thing I think is super cool about these vans is this cubby space they have up here. So you can keep rags up here, you can keep just your essential stuff. Again, this is gonna be rented as well as me using it myself. So it's a really great place for storage. And if you're a camper at all, you know, storing stuff up there for the road, this is always great to have. Most of these vans come with this paneling that's already put together. It's pretty beat up. So not a whole lot, you know, to say about that. Most people that know these vans know these OEM panels get beat up pretty much. The cool thing about this is I can use this as a template for cutting my own panels. So really excited about that. That's pretty cool. I love that there's these eye hooks everywhere, so I can use those as tie downs on anything. I'm gonna keep those in here, most of them except for the ones on the side. The floor mats in these things get pretty tore up, especially because people twist and turn and walk into the back this way. And a lot of these delivery vans are like that, so I'm not surprised. I definitely got a remedy for that, which I'm excited to be putting that in here. It came with just your standard stereo system, so I'm looking forward to replacing that. I have a 10-inch screen I'm gonna be putting in there that I got from Crutchfield. They are awesome. They build out all the harnesses and everything for it, so I'm excited to be able to upgrade this and have CarPlay and Android happening in here. Another exciting thing is I'm going to plasti-dip all of these emblems, and that's gonna look pretty sweet. I think I've seen a lot of these online, and I think it looks pretty cool to be able to do those and update them, and they last quite a while. And then around here, I plan on doing the same thing to the rims, so you'll have to watch that episode. Not a whole lot of body damage on this. You look down the side here, there's a few dings and dents, but nothing real crazy. And then right here in the entryway, there's some wear on where people get up and down here. Again, that can be fixed with a little bit of paint and just scrub that out, paint this back to this Ram white, which is pretty easy to find. And another thing here, I'm going to go ahead and plasti-dip this front grille as well. Just black it all out, make it look really slick. So the story behind this and getting this van, one of the things that I thought was pretty funny was we went to go look at a van that was going to cost $20,000. And it was a plumber's van, so it'd been driven pretty hard. Still had all the shelves and everything in the back. But the thing about that was it was driven pretty hard, and you could tell, and the shelves rattled around a lot. And I was blinded by it though. I wanted it so bad. I just wanted a van. And it was the first one I looked at, but luckily I had my girlfriend along with me to tell me, no, Jared, this isn't the one you should get. There's a cracked windshield, the seatbelt's busted, the transmission kicked a little bit, but I decided to try and ignore that, but I still wanted to push forward with it. And I tried to talk the guy down, and we ended up agreeing, or he wanted 17.75, I wanted to go to 17. She said, if you don't do 17, don't do it. So I didn't end up doing it. But that day we were so excited about it and we were so motivated. We went to AutoNation, and at AutoNation, they had a bunch of vans because it was a Dodge dealer, Dodge Ram dealer. And they had this one van that I was excited about getting because it had 73,000 miles on it, so it fit right there. It was 23,000 is what they were asking for it, maybe 24. And they said that when it came in, they were gonna put a new transmission in it. I was like, oh, great. I'm gonna get a brand new transmission in this. That's awesome, because these vans, these 6-speed transmission vans, tend to have problems around 100,000 miles, especially if they're driven hard. So I was excited about that. Well, come to find out that they put the transmission in the wrong van. So I get a text message from my salesperson, and he said, hey, Jared, I got some good news and I got some not so good news. One, they put the transmission in the wrong van. So I was like, great. So what does that mean? He said, well, they put it in a van that has less miles. And so this one has 56,000 miles on it. And my manager is gonna take off $3,000 off the price. So I was like, all right, let's go. Like, that's exciting. So that happened. And the other part of the story is I used to rent from this company called Fluid Van. And I'd rent these same style vans, and they're Dodge ProMasters. They could be anywhere from 2020 on up. And they're great vans because I had some ramps already at my studio, so I could just pull the gear in that I already had on carts, and it worked out great. The funny thing is, this van ended up being a Fluid van. So, short story, but Fluid went out of business and they got rid of all their inventory. So I ended up, when he sent over the pictures, I could see the Fluid van sticker on the side of it. I was like, wow, this has gone full circle. Now I'm gonna be driving a Fluid van permanently. Like, that's pretty cool. So in the end, I ended up with a van that I may have even driven before, not sure, but I ended up with this van, and so far it's been great. You know, it's got, transmission feels great. I'm not gonna drive it as hard as everyone else, all those other delivery people are, so I think that it's gonna have a longer life now that it's in my hands, for sure.
All right, now that you've seen all of the upgrades and everything that I'm planning on doing with this van, let's hope it goes really smoothly. So each one of these videos, I'll go over a little bit of each build and each change that I'm doing to the van in order to make it ready for how I want to use it and how I see it being a rentable source. Now that you know all of that, let's talk about the financing side of it. I decided to get a business line of credit for $30K, and that's what I was offered at the time through my bank, which I thought was going to be great. That's about what I wanted to spend. Honestly, I didn't want to spend any more than $30,000 on the initial van. The initial price, what I wanted to pay, was around $20K. I knew what I was getting. I was looking for a used van with 40 to 70,000 miles on it. So I kind of priced it out, and that's where I felt like I would be comfortable with. I decided to go ahead and finance the vehicle at a 10.29% interest rate. Not the greatest, let's be honest, but it is a business loan. Put it under my business versus under me personally. I could have got a little bit better rate, but I decided to put it all under the business, and I got the longest term loan with the lowest payment so that I can pay it off faster. That's my whole approach, is to pay more principal on it. So let's look at the numbers and how this all broke down. The end cost was $32,175. Not too bad for a vehicle that has 53,000 miles on it and is a 2001. So overall, I felt like it was pretty good. Now that was the purchase price for the vehicle, and I went ahead and got an extended warranty on it, which covers 75,000 miles or 60 months. For me, it's just a peace of mind to be able to just bring the vehicle in, have it worked on, have those few parts that may go bad on it just be fixed. Again, it's just peace of mind. It's a great thing to have, especially if you're using it for a work vehicle. So I think that getting that warranty in the first place, even though I wasn't going to do it, I was thinking about other purchase options, that being, again, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, third party, whatever it may be, smaller dealership. But going with a large dealership, there is some advantages to it, which turns out to be this. Now, along with that, you'll probably see some stuff pop up. I'll try to keep track of everything that I've spent, but most of it is going to be all build materials after that. So what I ended up doing again is just financing that and then using my business line of credit to get all the needed accessories to build it out to make sure it's ready to go to hit the road. Now through this whole video series, you'll see all of these little things that I'm doing. Some things you'll agree with, some things you won't, and that's okay. I have no problem with it. I'd love to see everybody talk about it in the comments below, because I've learned so much on YouTube from everybody building out their camper vans and building out their production vehicles. Now, one of the main reasons I went with the Dodge is I really like the boxy style of it. So I feel like this is going to be great for my cart only production van.
So hopefully you guys will enjoy watching as much as I'm going to enjoy doing this. Really looking forward to getting lost in it, and it's definitely a lot of things I've heard is to take your time, enjoy the process. And that's what I plan on doing, but I also want to get this done and get it put to work. So stay tuned and watch all of the videos if you'd like to, and hopefully you can pick up some tips and tricks yourself.
So in the end, this will be for rent up on ShareGrid, and you'll have to check out my ShareGrid page. I have it linked down below. And if you're ever in town, you can check it out. And there are a few different options on how to get this van, how to reserve this van. There's going to be a lot of options how to use it yourself. Or if you want to hire me, that's great too. But I really want this to be something that is usable for a lot of different people, and that's why I'm going with that cart only design. I really hope you follow along with these. Each video is going to be a little bit different, and each video is going to show hopefully a lot of the process, maybe not all the process, but that's where we can keep the conversation going down below. And if there's any questions you have, please, of course, leave it in the comments. I'll be monitoring that and I'll check it all out. And as always, put your phone down and be somebody.